Hey guys, Ash here coming at you today with another Race Shot Legends Champion Guide. Welcome to the video, guys. Today we're going to have a look at an oldie but a goodie. It's Rearguard Sergeant, the Epic Dwarf. First, a few shout-outs to you guys. We have Chris Marquez. Love the guides. Ash just pulled a perfect 6-star soul for Rearguard Sergeant. Hope we can get a guide for her. Absolutely. We're actually going to be going ahead and taking her into some cursed city of Centranos today. Love the guides. Oh, Chris, looking for more Rearguard. Let me guess. Chris again? Indeed. We get John Blanco also looking for a Rearguard Sergeant and a Vizix as well. John, we're not sure, when you put that request in, but we'll make it happen today. And at last, Ash, is that some sort of a signal to yours truly? Pulled a 6-star Rearguard Sergeant, taking her Iron of Vault and maxing her. Wait a second, is at last and Chris the same person? Either way, let's go ahead and take a look at this dwarf. So guys, as I mentioned, she is a Force Affinity Epic Dwarf, Rearguard Sergeant. She is armor clad to the nth degree. Well, I guess you can see only her hair. She's got nice flowing locks here. She got the face mask. She is, well, she's ready for battle, right? She is definitely ready to go there. Defense base champion with 12-11 base defense, almost 19k. Pretty decent base stats for a defender. On the A1, crushing impact attack one enemy, has a 50% chance of placing a decreased defense debuff for 2 turns. On the A2, it's a Flail Master, an AoE attack with 7 books going into this, 8 levels. That kind of stinks. It's an AoE with a 75% chance of placing a decreased attack for 2 turns. Heals this champion by 25% of the damage inflicted. So we have the decreased defense and the decreased attack. Both of the old school, but still got it debuffs out there, especially for clan boss. So for old school clan boss, especially progression on a unkillable team, decreased attack is going to be instrumental for success, right? So she brings the decreased attack and the decreased defense. Now, both of them are not a 100% land rate, which would be ideal, or multi-hitters, each with chances at landing. So there is kind of that mitigating factor, but she's got them both. And they're, you know, especially the decreased attack is a pretty high land rate, okay? Not that frequent to find champions that have both in their kit, especially back in the day when she was released. Fend Them Off is a great ability, 3-turn cooldown, ally protect, in the big version of a continuous heal on all allies for 2 turns. Except this champion. So, I mean, continuous heal is fantastic. It's 2 turns, great heals. And 50% ally protect is the best damage mitigator in the game. Straight up 50% of ally damage gets circumvented by her. So a 3-turn cooldown is perfect as well. You really don't find an ally protect big version this powerful on an epic champion with additional support on a 3-turn cooldown. The only other dude that I can think of off the top of my head, she has force HP in all battles, by the way, as well. The only guy that I can think of that has that, and I'm sure there's got to be a few others too, is actually Taragi. He has a 3-turn cooldown, shield, and ally protect, okay? Who else do you think has that? Just out of curiosity. I can't think of another protector on a 3-turn that brings something else to the table as well. There's got to be. Either way, she's pretty unique in that regard. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at hellhades.com. They give her a 3.5 overall grading. I can't scroll down to it, but that's what it is. I think, actually, I take that back. What did they give her? A 3, I'm sorry. They give her a 3 overall grading. So, you know, I guess technically that is slightly above average. She is just an absolute beast in Faction Wars. I'm sure if you've had her for a long time and you're watching this video, she's probably helped you through Faction Wars back in the day. I know that a lot of people that I was playing with back 3-4 years ago, they were building multiple Rearguard Sergeants to clear Dwarf Faction Wars. Now it's a bit easier with all the, you know, the great legendary and epic champions they've added throughout the years. But back in the day, she was really instrumental, but she still got it. Great support. Decreased attack for damage mitigation, ally protect, and heals, and decreased defense for the red boss, right? So she's got everything you could want there. She's good for Ice Golem. You just got to be careful in Ice Golem. They give her a 4. You just got to be very, very careful of her dying. Ice Golem hits very hard, and you know from like a miscreated monster is another like good option, 4-turn cooldown by the Ally Protector. Like he can go down easily, right? Even a Vizxian Bode, she can go down easily. Ally Protect can be dangerous in Ice Golem, so it's nice if you run a Reviver in parallel with a Rearguard or a Protector, or just make sure she's tanky enough to take that big hit. Doom Tower, Scarab King, 3.5, Frost Spider, 4, and Eternal Dragon, a 3.5, Arena, a 3. She's got a 4 multiplier on her A1 and a 3.6 multiplier on her AoE. So I guess she can deal a tiny bit of defense damage as well. And it might behoove you to, well, nah. I was going to say to min-max her, but you're not going to go unkillable with this champion at all. She does not fit in an unkillable team because, well, she's bringing nothing that you need in unkillable, right? Except for the decreased defense on the A1. You don't need decreased attack, you don't need heals, and you don't need ally protect, right? So she's more of an old school. So I don't really care. All that to say that I don't really care about, even though her multipliers are actually better than I thought, I'm really not building her to do much in the way of damage, personally. All right, let's go ahead and see how I have her built in today's vid. We went old school with triple immortal sets. Now, going 4-piece regeneration and an immortal, I think that would be ideal, but we get the really juicy 45% HP bonus on a triple set. So 45% HP bonus and a 9% heal from triple immortal, sign me up. I'll take it, right? So we were able to scale her HP up quite a bit, and obviously with immortal gear, with those heals, we would love to have her with as much HP as we can muster on top of that. Now, if I didn't have triple immortal, I'd probably go a little bit heavier on the defense and a little bit less on the HP, but we'll mention that as we go through these artifacts right now. I do have accuracy on the banner. I think accuracy is going to be the way to go, unless you go like triple perception or double perception set to get that accuracy there instead, in which case I would probably go with defense or HP on the banner. Accuracy does just fine, though. We went HP on the amulet. We went defense on the ring. I think one of each is absolutely great. We went speed on the boots. We went HP percentage on the chest and HP percentage on the gauntlets. Again, if I didn't have her in regen or immortal, I'd probably run one of each, HP percentage and defense percentage. Especially for clan boss, we really want to scale that HP up, even over defense. Excuse me, want to scale the defense up even over HP. Again, I repeat, defense for clan boss favored a little bit more than HP. So if for clan boss only for progression, I'd probably run her in like defense, HP on the ring and the amulet, and then defense, maybe, you know. Anyway, I digress. You guys get the point. So total stats here. I did prioritize some speed on, a little bit of speed on her, 206. So I like this build just fine personally. We went with faultless defense for a blessing. It's not one that we talk about a lot here on the channel, but it's a pretty good one. This champion receives less damage from each subsequent hit from multi-hit skills. The damage reduction increases with each additional or every additional hit, okay? So we get a nice HP bonus on top of that, plus a 5% per hit damage mitigation. Doesn't sound like much, but it does help out, and we don't want her taking a ton of damage anyway because, well, she's already soaking up a lot from the ally protection. You could also go commanding presence as a viable option on her. Here's the masteries that we went with, guys. I kept the old masteries that I had on here years ago. It still gets the job done. Offense, we come down, we pick up War Master. I do like picking up Life Drinker as well. We're not dealing a ton of damage, but any healing that we can pick up is good. Again, she does take quite a bit of damage. She does have that heal on the A2 based on her damage dealt, so I guess you could make the case to build her out with some crit rate to get that heal up, and then it would obviously return more dividends from the Life Drinker Mastery as well. On the support tree, we went with the accuracy. We actually did pick up Exalt and Death heals this champ at 10% the first for their max HP for the first time an enemy is killed. So again, I really like the heals. If you wanted to go defense, I'd probably pick up Shadow Heal as well. I'd probably pick up Rejuvenation as well, right? We want her to be tanky and stay alive. I do have rapid response. You have to be very careful if she's on a speed tune team for any reason. Rapid response will throw it off. I did want my cake and to eat it too. Is that the saying? The saying has never made sense to me. I want my cake and eat it too. What is the want part? And eat it too. I don't get it. I know what it means, like what the expression means, but I never understood. Help me out. Clue me in, guys. I went Master Hexer to extend the duration of the decreased defense and the decreased attack. However, you can definitely make a very strong case that we should go sniper on her, because neither the decreased attack at 75% or the decreased defense at 50% are obviously 100%, so we can bump those up to 80 and 55 respectively as well. So there is a case to be had to go sniper, but I went lasting gifts, extend the duration of the continuous heal. That will really, really help get more heals out of this champion, especially over longer battles, and extend the duration of the ally protect as well. All right, let's go ahead and take her into battle, guys. You saw the build. We discussed everything. Other sets, we talked about perception. We talked about regeneration on this champion. I think those would be my go-to. If you really are feeling frisky and you want to tempt her survivability, you could go with Guardian set. More damage mitigation from this champion. If you want to make her the ultimate tank, you could go Guardian, Immortal, and then go Bulwark Mastery tier 6, mitigate 5% damage. She'll take that damage instead. Guardian's going to mitigate 10% damage. She'll take that damage instead. And then potentially you could even go with like Selfless Defender. First hit, she'll take, I think it's 8% of the first hit from all allies. So you could make her super tanky if you can keep her alive. I said we go to the Cursed City. I don't have Faction Wars open, and I don't run an old school clan boss team. But we do have a little double boss action. How about that, guys? So here's a double boss. Force affinity of these factions only. So we're going to go for it here. We have an all-epic team plus a Stultus. We've got Eternal Dragon, and we've got the Spider as well. So let's see how we do here. So we come in, and, well, Spider Laser youngins. We're going to come in here, and we're going to place a Weaken with Ryan the Conjurer on everybody. Sans the Eternal Dragon. We are going to go ahead and place a Ally Protection and a Heal on everybody from our girl. And then we have a, let's see, let's go ahead and let's stun all the Spiderlings. Let's do that. Rergeant on the squad. We have Dirindil as well, who's a great nuker. Dispatch them, kills everybody. Looks like the stun was unnecessary. Now let's keep poking at the Spider here, because she's pretty low on HP. We don't have, okay. Let's go in with the A3. First big hit comes in, and again, both of the bosses go, and everybody's HP stays at like 80, 90% pretty easily, except for Rearguards. But she's healing herself every time she takes a turn. You saw her come in there and heal. That's why I love the Immortal, right? We don't have a healer on this team, right? So we need her to stay alive on her own accord. You know, we don't have any help here. So that's why it's great to have the regen in Immortal. I really like Ally, one down. Ally Protectors. This is hard mode, but I find Cursed City so far, I'm sure it will change, I find it fairly easy even on hard mode. Granted, we're only a few days in or whatever. Oh, we do have the provoke on Rergeant's A1. I forgot about that. I haven't done a guide on Rergeant. I feel like we've done, well, I know how many we've done. 270 guides here on the channel. But good old Rergeant, we haven't got to him yet. Let's go ahead and refresh the Ally Protect here. Come in, and we can just put it on auto from here on out. It's just a matter of chipping away at the Eternal Dragon here, right? What do you guys think of these double bosses so far? Are you guys a fan of it? I have to say the rewards are pretty dang generous. And the fact that there's no energy, I'm loving all of that about, sorry, this is not going to age very well. Some of you guys watching a year from now are like, dude, why is he talking about like this? Like it's brand new. Because it is brand new at the time of this recording, damn it. But you can see she's doing a good job. She's bringing the decreased attack. She's bringing the decreased defense, right? She's bringing the ally protection. She does a lot. She does a lot for, especially for an epic champion. And she's healing everybody at the same time, right? So it's not like this is the toughest content in the world, but it says it all on the stat sheet here, right? Did a little bit of damage, a lot of damage mitigation, and then a lot of healing too. I mean, 330,000 in heals. That's all coming off those continuous heals and a little bit of the Immortal as well. So yeah, a really capable just protector for your team. So whether you're trying to make progress in the early game in Clan Boss, or maybe even the mid game in Clan Boss, or you just want a really good ally protector and healer and support in general with some debuffs, it's all about damage mitigation on this champion, both on the A2 with decreased attack and on the A3. So guys, you know, I could show you in other dungeons, but what she does is pretty self-explanatory, I feel like. Hopefully this has inspired some of you guys to build her, especially for faction wars or early game. She's going to be tremendous. And then you can use her in the late game in some content like this. We don't know at the time of this recording what the rest of the Cursed City is going to look like, but suffice it to say, we're already finding areas that are extremely limited, right? Force affinity of a few different factions. Not a lot of players have a lot of those champions built, so she can definitely give you extra utility, I'm sure, in the future in Cursed City as well. Thank you for watching, guys, and as always, take care.